Welcome back, everybody, to another episode of No Neutral, where we discuss all things Street Fighter and CPT related. I am Brian F., joined by the one, the only, the most Hollywood of Rob.
What's going on, bruh? What's up with you, Brian?
Listen, I'm trying to work on your intro here. The Hollywood thing, it's getting old.
Dang, I'm going to switch my name? Let me see.
You got a new city, new country.
New city, Tacoma.
Tacoma
RobTV.
Tacoma Rob. You got to drop Tacoma the TV at that point. It's just Tacoma Rob.
Oh yeah, you can't have no TV in Tacoma. People in Tacoma don't have TVs.
Right. They're just watching us on Twitch.tv and YouTube. That's what it is.
Shout out to everybody in Tacoma. I'm definitely just trolling. Brian, what's going on with you, bro? We got this top 8 today. I'm hyped up.
I'm chilling. I'm ready to see some more character variety in this top 8 because that's what we wanted to talk about a little bit, about the results that we're seeing around the world with Street Fighter 6. And contrary to popular belief, I think we have a decent amount of variety in not only the players, but also the characters that are being represented. Because right now, Twitch chat right now, tell me how many JPs are in Capcom Cup right now.
Okay, we're looking chat. Let us know.
Because according to a lot of people, you would think it was 100% JPs and then maybe 105% Kens, right? But the truth of the matter is we've had our first Capcom Cup qualifier with JP in Dookie coming out of South America West. So we actually only have one JP in Capcom Cup currently, 2 Kens, a dual main with Travis Styles using Juri and Chun-Li, and a Zangief. So those are the characters we have currently qualified for Capcom Cup out of these actual CPT events. So it's not like as repetitive as people are making that to be. I don't know. I feel like we're seeing a bit more variety.
Yeah, you're right, bro. I mean, I feel like that's really dope to see. Even like you said, even the World Warrior events. My man's Endon Walker,
especially the World Warrior events.
Endon Walker actually won World Warrior, and then
twice.
We saw Semi.
He won 2 of them. He won both. They've had 2 UK.
Oh, they already had a second one.
Yes. And I think this is where the perspective of so many JPs in Capcom Cup comes from. There have been a lot of JPs in Grand Finals. Broski was in Grand Finals twice against Ending Walker's Ryu. Ending Walker won both those events. But remember, the World Warrior program, this is going to be an ongoing tournament series, 5 tournaments to get onto the leaderboard. Then the regional finals is when you actually decide who gets into Capcom Cup. So even if you see a JP player or Ken player doing well in those tournaments, they're not in Capcom Cup currently. I think that's where the perspective gets mixed up. But then even then, when you look at the winners, 2 of them won by Ryu. Right? 3 of them. Semi actually won in Germany as well. So he won the first World Warrior with Ryu as well. So, and we've already brought up Oniki winning the first World Warrior in Japan with Kimberly, a character that many people consider to be not that great. Kind of, she had her heyday in the betas, and then maybe people figured it out a little bit more since then, but still doing well. And then the second Japan World Warrior won by Yamaguchi with DJ. So definitely seen some variety there. I don't know. I'm kind of confused.
Yes, man.
Where the
game
is coming from.
Well, I'm not confused where the narrative is coming from, but I am at the same time. I think we just. It does feel like there's like 100 JPs or something like that, but it's really not, man. Like like I said, we literally just had our first JP. But at the same time, I think usually it's very common for us to see JPs and Ken in the mix. I think we see that matchup a lot. But in the end of the day, when in tournaments, you see, like you said, Ryu players, y'all wouldn't be thinking that. Kimberly players, you wouldn't assume that. Even DJ, which, by the way, my man DJ, I would expect him to be, DJ players to be winning more stuff, but you don't see DJ players
in certain regions. I think maybe we'll see with Asia East. I think there's definitely some good DJ players who might represent in this region. So he's a bit more popular in some of the Asian regions than you would see in like the West.
Like
so
we don't really have that many. Well, we have Smug and Kizzy that's really seriously
there's a handful.
DJ, but
there's a handful in America, a handful in Europe, but it doesn't seem to be as popular of a pick overall.
But the game is balanced.
Still does work.
The game is balanced right now, y'all. Now, when I say that, I'm saying that there is genuinely no bias. There is genuinely no bad character in this game. That's from the bottom of my heart. I ain't got no reason to cap. I just want to speak on it. We would just skip the topic and just make the topic something else. To be honest with you, bro, there's no bad character in this game, and I think even the results are showing that. No matter what, even after there's any type of patches or something like that, you're gonna see some characters maybe be, you know how the tier list stuff and all that stuff goes. But at the end of the day, man, right now everyone is at least viable. tournament viable, and we're seeing that with these results. I mean, there's no way, and then it's not even like it's a region that we're not that familiar with. Like, we're seeing Indian Walker win with the Ryu in the UK. That's one of the best World Warrior regions in the world. Right. And he's winning it with Ryu. That says a lot.
And what is the stat? That means he's won all 5 World Warriors last season, plus the regional finals, and then 2 World Warriors this season. So he's won 8 CPT events in a row in
8
the UK.
in a row.
So,
bro, do you know how crazy it
is
to extend your streak to a new game?
New game.
And a new character?
Right.
That's wild. That's wild.
I don't want to harp on Andy Walker for too long, but it does make me laugh when people are like, Ed. You know what I mean?
Yep. I was thinking the same thing, bro. I was thinking the same thing. Andy Walker's like,
just Ed? Bet. Let me go to the new game and pick Ryu. What are you going to say about it now? You know what I mean?
Bro, he's too young to play Ryu. That's crazy.
That is, I'm actually shocked he picked up Ryu. But on top of that now, he also, I think he recently posted that he's the #1 ranked Zangief in Europe as well, just in his spare time.
What?
So, this kid's a prodigy.
He is.
I don't know what else to say. We were trying to build up the storyline, last season. It's like we don't have to say anything else. It's just like he's just.
It's
doing
official
his
at this point. We know what's going on.
Right.
Like, it's almost guaranteed that at some point he'll win a Capcom Cup. Right. I would not be surprised.
He's up. I mean, he got 5th place last year. He's up there. He's top whatever in the world. But to your point about the game being balanced and no bad character, I think one thing that gets mixed up with these sort of things is that if you've been around in the FGC for a while, you've seen different iterations of different games, and we wouldn't be saying the same things about them.
No.
That's what I would say.
No.
It's different. I think Street Fighter 6's mechanics, the universal mechanics, add some sort of
leveling out, like some type of just everyone having access to
You all have parry, you all have drive rush. Drive rush is not
homogeneity, but in a good way.
Right. Well, it allows the player to use the mechanics across all characters so that at least some level of player skill will always show no matter which character you pick, right? So you always have parry, which you can always use the same way with different characters. You might get different reward if you land a perfect parry and convert from it, but defensively at least you can use those options consistently, and then you can use those to read the opponent's offense and then turn that into your own offensive momentum, right? So there is a layer of player to player no matter which 2 characters are on the screen. Period, right? So I think that helps to serve as a baseline for the game. So in that sense, in this game, I don't think there's any bad characters. Obviously, there are characters that are more tournament viable than others. I will not deny that. But if you are strong enough at the game, I think you could take any character to a pretty far level. And we're seeing that with the World Warrior results because I've been shocked. I mean, honestly, I was surprised by these results. I think each time these World Warriors run in, I think the Twitter narrative got to me too a little bit. Seeing Andy Walker win with Ryu twice and Reniki with Kimberly, I didn't believe it.
Yeah, it's like, what? What's going on here?
I really could not believe the Kimberly win.
That might be the wildest result we've seen outside of Snake Eyes with Zangief.
Yeah, Snake Eyes winning with Zangief is by far the most. Well, but even then, that's not that surprising to me because Snake Eyes has been honestly dominating the West Coast for years. I think if people are newer to the scene or weren't around for like the end game of Street Fighter V or were watching at the end game of Street Fighter V, they might have not have known too much about Snake Eyes because he wasn't as competitively active at that later period of Street Fighter V. But in the beginning of Street Fighter V, he was arguably the best West Coast player, and in Street Fighter IV, he was definitely the best West Coast player, and
he's the best American player.
So Snake Eyes has been the best in that region for so long now, so it wasn't that shocking that he could do it. A little bit surprising given the matchups, but yeah, I think the base mechanics, man, I don't know what else to say. This you can use these mechanics to your advantage with every character. I think parry is such a equalizer in so many ways that you can kind of mold the character to match your reads, right? If you know what the opponent's going to do, you can perfect parry their meaty. You can tech their throw if you're going to go for the throw. You know what I mean? There's just there are options. So I think that dynamic interaction between the players will exist beyond matchups.
Yeah, I really advise everyone to focus a lot on player matchups, man, and fundamentals. And when I say that, it doesn't mean you have to play a specific style. Doesn't mean you need to play like a traditional slow footsies game, but just learn that and learn player matchups, because you can get so many wins off of that alone. It's when you learn that, okay, I can jump on this type of player right here. That's the most simple sense. Or I can, this player doesn't react to dashes, or if I get to this range, this player is a high chance that they're going to whiff this type of button. Make sure you guys try to focus on the player matchups, and at the end of the day, Street Fighter 6, we winning right now, y'all. We got a good game. It's balanced, it's fun, and it's dope as heck. And we're about to see exactly that right now in this top 8. These players are trying to make it to get their share of that $2 million in Capcom Cup, but the only way to do that is to walk through these 7 other competitors right here at Asia East. Let's get into it. Top 8, CPT Asia East, baby.